This might be my favorite issue so far. Whew. Starts off slow. I'm gonna lie to you guys. Starts off slow. Man, once we get to the middle and the end, whew, number fireworks. And then we get a new character. Grand opening, grand closing, I'm pretty sure. My name is Doran. This is SEM Comics. We're continuing our coverage of Storm, number 4. Our story starts off 6 days ago when they showed Dr. Voodoo and he was healing Storm from her radiation poisoning. But see, what he didn't tell Storm is that he couldn't do it by himself. He had to make a deal with an ancient spirit called Egon. And the deal was that she couldn't use her powers for 7 days. But then we cut to Latveria in the present day where Storm is riding Doom's messenger bird to his castle. And then we cut inside the castle where Storm is taking a bath. And then she's putting on some lingerie that Rogue has. And I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. I don't care what anybody says. Storm was good. Storm looks damn good. And that belongs to Rogue. So I know Gambit's like, ooh, she better bring that back. And since Storm doesn't have her powers right now, or can't use her powers right now, Rogue made sure to throw in the lingerie that has 2 throwing knives in the back. And then she comes down in this sexy green dress that Rogue had. And the first thing out of Doom's mouth is, woo, you got on that green dress. You must know what I like. So Doom never gets off his high horse whatsoever for any reason. And he's like, don't even worry about ordering off of a menu. I got you covered. I know what you like. And it's coming out now. And then we cut to years ago in Cairo, Egypt, where we have a young Storm giving her daddy the blues. She's like, I think we should wait till mommy gets home so she can do the cooking. Her dad's like, hold on, player. Like, your mama might be a better cook than me, but I ain't bad myself now. But then she goes, but the soup is slimy. And he's like, because that's the okra, baby. Like, taste it. Trust me, you'll like it. So she's still giving her daddy the blues, talking about that's what a bad cook would say. At this point, I'd have been like, girl, you don't eat that damn food. So then she goes, well, I lived a long life. Her dad's like, Aurora, you're 5. And she's like, well, I'll tell mom I love her. He was like, you could tell her herself when she gets home. Now eat. And then she does. And then he's like, so? And she's like, it's really good. And it became her favorite dish. See? Little kids don't know no better. So she eats it up and she asks Doom how to get my father's gumbo recipe. And Doom being Doom goes, I'm Doom. And if you had a mic, that's pretty much when he would drop it. So dessert starts to come out. And then he pretty much says how he feels like the mutants are getting a bad rap, just like he always got a bad rap. So from this point forward, the mutants are his people. And if they mess with the mutants, then they're messing with Doom. Like, you guys have to see, like, the Donald Trump comparisons here. Like, whew. Guy Emperor Doom is now our president. Again. But then he's like, another statement needs to be made. As the guards bring out the pastry chef, and he goes, I want you guys to draw and quarter him right on the pastry table because Doom's abhors. I think I pronounced it right. I don't know. You can correct me later. But Doom's abhor was incomplete. All of a sudden, you see one throwing knife, and it hits the guard right in his hand who's holding the sword, and the other throwing knife is headed right for Doom, which he catches with a spell. So the Storm's like, leave that man alone, and Doom puts a spell on her. He's like, your winds could have easily blew back the guards. You flew in here on my messenger bird when you could have easily just flown here yourself. So he's like, you lost your powers, and you're going to need them for the task I have ahead. But rejoice, because Doom has the ability to give you back your powers, my mutant ambassador. So Storm loses it and electricity starts flowing around her. She's like, I haven't lost my powers. And if you keep talking the way you're talking, you're about to be scorched, God Emperor Doom. And as soon as he said that, all of a sudden a hand comes out of nowhere and impales her right through her chest and her stomach. And then the ancient spirit that made the deal with Dr. Voodoo says, the deal was for 7 days, not 6.5 days. So, since you felt like you could just cheat me, I'm just taking life. And since I'm here, I might as well go ahead and take this planet too. So you know Doom ain't having nothing, is he? He starts attacking this ancient spirit called Egon, and he goes, the spirit goes, it's been a while since I've eaten the Sorcerer Supreme. Doom hits him with another spell. He's like, hey, calm down. Don't overcook yourself now. I was like, what? As for Storm, she has a fractured skull, a burst jugular, broken spine, punctured heart, and splintered ribs. She was dead before she hit the ground. And then we see a young Aurora, who seems to be in heaven, and she sees her daddy. And she's right back to being a kid again. If any of you guys ever lost a parent, then you kind of feel for this moment. I know I did. She's like, where's mommy? I got so much want to tell you. My first crush, my friends at Westchester, my new home in Atlanta, my wedding. I was a queen of Wakanda. I know you always call me your princess, but I was a queen. And I saved the world. Saved the world so many times. And her dad goes, we know. We saw. We're so proud of you. And then she goes, you're not taking me with you, are you? And he goes, no, baby girl. I'm not. So you got more things you got to do down there. And since you was transitioning here, let's figure I'd say hi. So now she's the grown Storm that we know. And she goes, tell mom I love her. He's like, I will. She goes, thank you, Dad. He goes, I love you, Aurora. And then we see her with Eternity as he goes to me, my eternal Storm, as she comes crashing down on Egon and pretty much takes him out and probably saved Doom's ass because he was about to get eaten up by that dude. So now my question to you guys, now that Storm has the power of a cosmic entity, is she more powerful than Doom? Is she on the same level as the Phoenix? Please let me know in the comments.